Hey guys, it's Dean. Welcome to MFY Yoga. In this video, I'm going to show you stretches you can do while your foot is injured. So I'm making this video for David Cotton of the MFY Yoga Launch Group. And in this video, I'm going to be talking to David and also anybody else with an injured foot and telling you what you should do when you have an injured foot and how you can minimize the negative effects of being injured. So there's three strategies I want you to start with. Number one is looking at this as an opportunity. So instead of looking at this as something negative, look at it as an opportunity to work on other areas. So we can't use our feet, but that doesn't mean we can't use our core, we can't use our back, and we can also use our upper body. Number two, we want to focus on stretching the muscles that get tight as a result of inactivity. So when you're inactive, you're going to get tight in your joints, you might have joint pain, you might have joint discomfort, and in order to prevent that, we're going to stretch those muscles that connect to the joints. And number three, I want you to avoid doing exercises that can contribute to imbalances. So we're going to avoid doing exercises that put any sort of weight on your feet and instead focus on exercises where you're either on your back, you're lying down on your chest, or you're doing resistance exercises with your upper body. All right, so let's get into it. Here are 5 stretches you can do while your foot is injured. Number one, we're going to work on stretching your external hip rotators, your butt, because that's going to get really tight when you're injured. So for this, variation number one, which you should be able to do even if you're injured, is a reclined figure 4 against the wall. So you're going to put one foot flat against the wall, make a 90-degree angle, knee above your hip, and then we're going to cross the opposite leg over so that ankle is just below or above the knee, depending on your perspective. And we want to make the inner thigh facing your body, so facing your chest, the outer thigh facing away. And you can also apply a little bit of pressure here, so actually squeezing your right glute in an effort to externally rotate that hip or turn the hip so that the inner thigh faces in, the outer thigh faces away. All right, so that's number one, and that's going to be really important for preventing back pain from sitting. Number two is we're going to do a modified pigeon. So for this, we're going to set up for pigeon a little bit differently. We're going to start with just resting on the outside of the right leg forward, and then from here, instead of putting weight on the top of your foot, because we want to avoid that, we're just going to bend this knee and go as far back as possible, maybe resting on the outside of the foot instead of flipping that foot and going back into a full pigeon. So again, we're just going to bend the knee, kind of have it hang out up here, resting on the outside of the leg. You can also use a pillow or a balled up towel or a sweatshirt if that's uncomfortable on the inside of the knee. And then we're going to focus on doing what we can here to stretch the hip. So again, trying to get as close to that pigeon position as you can, but just making sure that the back leg is, we're avoiding putting weight on the back leg. Number three, or really number two, is a bow, except on your chest. So we're going to do two variations here. Number one is a single leg bow. So we're just going to bring one leg in, grab the back of the foot like this, and just hold it. And just here, this is all we do. And this is going to help with stretching your quadriceps. It's also going to stretch with your little bit of help with the psoas. If you want to get a little bit more intense with this, you can press into your foot and kind of lift the leg away from the ground to get more into your psoas. So we've got the single leg variation. You can do that for both sides. Our second version is both legs at a time. So I'm going to grab the feet, and if you want to play with your grip here, you can also try grabbing the insides of the feet, like so, and then pressing up, or flip the grip so that you're grabbing the outsides of the feet. And then from here, we're going to lightly press your feet into your hands. Keep the abs tight, and then maybe lift up a little bit, as long as there's no pain in the lower back. But I would go lower intensity with this because, again, we don't want to aggravate your feet. So if pushing your feet into your hands is painful, we want to avoid that. You can also try gripping down a little bit closer to the ankles. That's fine as well. All right, number three is a seated V. This is important because your inner thighs are going to get tight as you're sitting. And a seated V is great because you're not putting any weight on your feet. So we're just going to go into a seated position, kind of resting forward on your sit bones. Legs extended, sitting up as tall as possible. Notice that I'm not rounding my back. So if you look at me from the side here, I am not rounding my back. I'm not letting my lower back poke out here like this, but I'm staying up as tall as possible. And then hinging forward. So this is good for core. We're actually working on core strength here, and we're also stretching the inner thighs. You can also lift your legs up. Not that they're going to come off the ground, but you can try to lift your legs up, and that's going to get some nice activation for your hip flexors as well. Number 4 is a recline twist. This one's really important because your lower back is going to get tight, and twisting helps with creating space in your lower back. So we're just going to go down onto your back, bring your arms out to the side, knees over your hips. And the way I like to do this is bring your left leg straight out in front of you, hover that foot about an inch off the ground, grab the top of your right leg, pull it in, and then from here, bring your left hand outside the right knee, and then just bring that leg across your body to the left, and now we're in a nice reclined twist. And this is going to stretch the outer hip. This is going to create some space in your lower back, and it's good because you've got no pressure on the foot. So twisting, very important. Make sure to do that. That's going to keep your back happy. And then finally, we're going to do some strap stretches. So Edward, can you throw me a strap from somewhere, or even a dog leash? So strap stretches, you should be familiar with these, but you're going to be lying on your back, and we're going to be doing stretch for your hamstrings, for your adductors, and for your abductors. So you're going to lie down on your back, and you don't need yoga equipment for this. Clearly, I'm just using a dog leash. So we're going to go up in the air with one leg, keep the other leg flat on the ground, and you're going to pull straight back toward your face. So this is hamstrings. Then we're going to bring the leg out to the side, stretching your adductors, your inner thighs. And then we're going to bring the foot to the inside, keeping that left hip firmly planted on the ground, stretching the abductors. And that's it. I would do each of those stretches for, actually every stretch that I just showed you, I would do for about 30 to 60 seconds. And that's it. So those are your 5, 6, or actually more like 8 or 9 stretches that you can do to help prevent back pain or help prevent joint pain while you're injured. And again, those are also going to help because they're not contributing to imbalances, because you don't want to come back from being injured and then only be using your non-injured foot, right? So if you injure your right leg and you try to exercise and you do still do leg stuff, you're going to come back when your right leg does get healed and you come back to regular exercise, you're going to be using your left leg way more, and so you're going to have an imbalance there. So you do want to avoid doing stuff where you're using both legs while you're injured. All right, so again, this video was made for David Cotton, who is part of our MFY Yoga Launch Group, and this video is made because we've got a new product coming out. This is the Yoga Strong DVD. It's going to be on Amazon on Saturday, April 7th. And if you buy it then, you can get up to 40% savings on the DVD. This is our intermediate advanced yoga workout DVD. It's a really cool program. It was released in the members area and on manfulyoga.com in 2017. Now it's finally coming to DVD. So learn more about that. Go to Manful. If it's after April 7th, you can go to manfulyoga.com/yoga-strong to check it out. And if it's before April 7th, make sure to get on my Body by Yoga VIP list, and you will be the first to hear about it when it does go live. You can sign up at manfulyoga.com/BBY-VIP. Thank you again to David for being part of the MFY Yoga Launch Group, and thank you to the other launchers for being part of the group as well. Make sure you're subscribed for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys on the next one.